Yo, best swoop show. We got to actually get into the topic we were supposed to get into.
You feel me? We still got a whole topic for a whole hour probably.
Nah, we could make that less than an hour. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. So first and foremost, Travis Scott.
How you feel about it like this? What am I saying?
It's a lot of liability cases going on right now
Right.
with that Travis situation. So actually, shout out to Fresh too, because Fresh has shared some information with me that I was not privy to, that I actually found out about. Let me take this shit out so the chick I can actually catch us talking for real. And I'm at overtime at Madden right now. That's kind of why I was fucked up. So before a lot of people was putting this what happened at Travis show was not anything exclusive to Travis. That amount of deaths is exclusive to him probably. Him being a black artist
Right.
is why it's such a big thing. But according to what's going on, has uh Live Nation has been connected to at least 200 deaths and 750 injuries since 2006.
So this has been going on.
Live Nation is the organizer of the event.
Right.
This been going on. Monday after, all right. So since 2006, this is the Houston Chronicle. This is from NPR. Shout out to NPR. Report. All right. So Live Nation Entertainment is its subsidiary Live Nation worldwide have been connected to about 200 deaths and 750 injuries since 2006. At least 750 injuries since 2006. Right.
Hmm.
Uh, the Houston Chronicle reported on Monday after searching past court records, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, which is OSHA, report and new reports and news coverage. NPR has also found numerous OSHA citation violations against Live Nation. So a lot of this shit going on right now that they're trying to blame Travis for, calling him a Satanist and all this bullshit. And I know I'm cursing early. I shouldn't be cursing this early. I apologize, but it's bullshit. A lot of this stuff that's coming out, it doesn't hold anything because you can't blame Travis for what's going on. He does not control the event. He's just the headliner.
Hey, I agree. I agree with that situation because you got to think about it. If you performing and there's a 50, how many people was in the crowd? 50,000 people.
More than 100,000.
100,000 people, right?
Probably about 120.
You probably not even think about like nothing that's going on in the crowd for real, or you like
Bro, if
how
you in a crowd, if you've been on stage.
yeah, I'm not. I can't see nothing that's going on for real, for
You
real.
can't see. You can't hear shit. Like, best. I've been on stage. I've been on stage at a Lil Yachty show with the Brock
Yeah.
and at the Armory. At the Armory, you can't hear shit on
You
stage.
can't hear shit.
Somebody could be screaming. Somebody like you can't hear nothing.
Right.
So I'm dead. You live.
Yeah, I was live, but I had added him by accident. He was
Oh,
stuck it.
you can't hear anything.
Right.
And somebody passing out and falling, and somebody falling and dying. You can't tell a difference
Can't tell the difference. Yeah.
when you that far away. So people out there saying shit, but they don't have no real, they don't have nothing really to stand on when they saying these things. They talking about as a and there was again, it's it's something about 120,000 people there.
Yeah, and
Plus,
bro, we be at roster concerts with 4,000 people in the army, and I'm not seeing nothing back there. You feel
and
me?
that's what I'm saying. So check this too. 120,000 people. It was only like they said what 750 cops.
Yeah.
So for every thousand, thousand and change, 2,000 and change people, it's one fucking cop.
So that's already the mess of
It's
situation right
still,
there.
it's still it's not enough people to do that shit.
Right.
People talk about, well, they told the person that was controlling the monitor with the camera, those people are not on the same system of communication with security.
You feel me? Exactly. And Travis Scott probably not. People be talking to you on concerts or on stage, and Travis Scott just probably try to get for the show. 'Cause everybody probably be doing what they doing in the back, and he's not focused on it. He's focused on what's going on in front of him, performing, making
Because
sure
the
his songs
show
is right.
must go on. That's
Right.
the number one rule in show business. The show must go on.
I feel like this is this is just something that should take accountability. That's something just to,
I think don't
you
get
just
it
should learn
wrong.
from.
Don't get it wrong. All right, I have no issue with people suing the organizers, the venues, and them being compensated. But to say that this is all solely on Travis Scott, who is just a fucking he's a performer, he's the headliner. You can't put that on him because people should. Travis Scott is a family friendly act because of what he's been doing with the McDonald's joint, the Fortnite, all of that. His fan base has grown besides just what he came out with that niche audience, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But what he is now, he's a household name. You still can't put the liability of what happens in a concert with the fans in the crowd on him.
Right.
And again, we gotta talk about these fans who's out here stepping over other human beings.
Right. Too busy
storming
trying
the
to.
stage.
Yeah.
Again, I've been in riots before. I've been in riots with black people. I've been in riots with white people, Caucasian people. I have no issue with Caucasian people, but the way they riot, people get harmed badly, and it's innocent people that get harmed.
Exactly right.
And black riots
It's
might burn some shit, might break some shit.
Guns gonna go out probably.
Maybe a gun might go off, but they're not out their way trying to trample. Do you know what it is to trample over another human being?
I don't even know how it feels. I think it's something.
I don't know what it feels like.
crazy,
I'm just saying, to consciously try to trample because you want to get on stage, not because you're running for safety, but because you want to get close
You gotta think
to
of
the
nobody.
action
Yeah.
for a mosh pit. You can't put that on Travis. You can't say, "Oh, he incited." That doesn't, my nigga. At the end of the day, those people still have free will and still have the ability to make decisions for themselves. So they fucked up for what they did. I think the family should be compensated. I think those people that was jumping on those ambulances, you feel me, the ambulance vans, they need to be arrested. The same way y'all was able to do the data matches with the people that was stormed the Capitol, y'all could do the same thing there. Find these people and arrest them because they stopped people from getting help and people died because of their ignorance. I'll leave this to you though.
Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I understand what you're saying. Like, I never been in a crazy ride like that where you feel everybody running the same thing. I probably been running away from shit. You feel me? But like something like, and you not thinking about what's going on. You tripping over shit. But at least you're not gonna run over a body. I feel like at least not in my eyes. I don't know. I never been in that predicament to even judge how it even feels. But I just feel like, man, that's just a lesson I gotta learn from, bro. My condolences goes to the people that lost their life, the people that were injured. You feel me? Hopefully, they can find peace and with that situation, or they constant. You know what I'm trying to say. They get what they deserve. At the end of the day, I don't blame nothing. I just feel like this is a lesson that people gotta learn, cause ain't nobody really bro. You go to a concert like that, I think that would be one of the safest concerts in the world. No funny shit. Like, just going to a Travis Scott concert, I think that'd be one of the safest concerts. Like, but hey, that's just something you gotta learn
besides
from.
the occasional mosh pits and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, like.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't really got too much to say on that. I just feel like that's something to just take notes in.
I think we gotta just watch this unfold, and I do think some people was in it for a payday, some people was in it for some other things, but it's unfortunate for the people that did lose their lives. That's very unfortunate. Also, happy born day to my nigga Snackz. Shout out to Snackz.
Happy birthday.
What else we got? Oh yeah, Kyrie. Before we go to Kanye West. So, according to Andre Iguodala, he said Kyrie is top 4 point guards of all time. I don't agree with. People are telling me, well, Kyrie he has a higher scoring average than Kobe in the finals. But check this, right? When Kyrie was put in a position to have his own team, what did he do? They won games. He has a winning record over there, 30 something and 11. But they played way better without him. Correct me if I'm wrong.
They play better without him, yeah.
And who are you putting him over?
They put over everybody. Like, they put him over Chris Paul.
They said the top four was Magic, Isaiah, Steph, and I forgot who else they said.
Isaiah, Steph, and Magic, right?
Isaiah, Steph, and Magic. I think they put him 4.
Yeah, 4.
So I'm not a Chris Paul guy, so I don't really care for the Chris Paul argument. Feel me? But outside of that, right?
When did he get better than Jason Kidd?
What was it? Magic. All right. He's 4th best. You got Kyrie is a great scorer of the basketball. Offensively,
He's one of the best.
One of the best. He does not facilitate an offense. Kyrie Irving has never been the sole reason a team was a winning team.
Right.
He had
LeBron James, yeah.
He had an ample lot of time to win in Cleveland before LeBron pulled up.
He couldn't win. It was him and Deion Waiters.
Couldn't win.
They didn't make the playoff not one time.
And,
They was winning
and,
22 games.
and they had a first pick. They was getting first picks in the number one overall pick while he was there. They got the number one overall pick twice.
They was winning 22 games.
They got the number overall pick twice. Remember, they had Andrew Wiggins
and Anthony Bennett.
That's
a fact.
And Andrew Wiggins got traded for Kevin Love.
Right.
Let's not forget this.
Right.
Then when he went to
LeBron James comes in.
No, LeBron wasn't there yet.
No, when Andrew Wiggins came in, remember, because they did that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they had Anthony Bennett with the number one pick the year before.
Yeah, they lost.
Then the year after, they got Andrew Wiggins with the number one pick of the draft.
Right.
So where does Kyrie make you better? Kyrie is a great player.
A great scorer.
He's a great scorer of the basketball. He's a great scoring guard. But then when you're talking about the best to ever play the game or the position of point guard, when has he been the sole person to take you to that next level?
I agree.
So I rock with Kyrie. He's from Jersey. He crossed my son Meek up, and it's on his highlight tape from high school. Shout out to my son Meek, man. Meek Jones, man. Rice High School alumni. You feel me?
Nigga, why you got shout out Rice?
Always got shouted out, man, because he was cooking us. He's cooking Rice, but still.
Right. Nah, he's definitely a great player, one-on-one individual player.
He's a great player. He's a great basketball player. I would never say Kyrie is not a baller, but to say top 4 of all time.
When did he get better than AI?
AI not a point though.
But
AI not a point.
What's he?
He listed as a 2 guard.
But when he played for Philadelphia, he was a point guard.
He was a 2 guard. He wasn't a point.
Who's the point?
Aaron McKee and Eric Snow. Guaranteed. But even outside of that,
when did he get better than Steve Nash?
I think as a pure point, no. But as an overall player, he might be, because Steve Nash wasn't that good offensively either. I mean, or defensively. My problem, Kyrie, is he's not a facilitator. That's my issue with Kyrie.
He hasn't won individually. He hasn't shown what he could do as individually. He's an average defender at best. Right. He could play defense when he wants to.
He's an average. He's an average defender. He's not going to guard your best playing lock him up. He's not going to strap nobody. So then you got to think about it. So how you put him over Oscar Robertson? How do you put him over? We got to talk about the history of the game of basketball.
Yeah, that we don't.
He wasn't even voted a top 75 player. So what are we doing? I'm not saying he don't have the skill, and offensively,
you know what it be? It goes back to look good, the flashy handles, the dribbling, the scoring. Mm-hmm. People look at that and they say it. And I'm surprised by Andre Iguodala saying that, because he's actually like an NBA player. So he would know. He's been in the league since 2004. I want to say.
It's because it's tough. I guess because he had a difficult time guarding him and whatever. He wants to make it seem like his generation is the best generation. I have no problem with it, but it is. Right. I'm not doing that. But moving right along. Fight Night, the game Fight Night is returning with Fight Night 5. EA reported that recently, along with the game NCAA college football is returning as well. So for all you NCAA fans and Fight Night fans, EA is doing a thing, and EA fucking finally getting it right, because they was fucking up for some time. You know, that NBA Live shit ain't working no more.
Word.
Yeah, NBA Live wasn't working.
He took over though.
So I want to start there. I just wanted to shout that out. Talib Kweli, I know people see me. I'm actually on Talib Kweli's page right now, because I shared what Kanye said in his part 2 interview. Sorry, Talib Kweli, but I don't really fuck with your raps, dog. He reposted it. I don't have a beef with Talib Kweli. We do have our back and forth spats. But for me, it's fun and games. I respect what Talib Kweli does. I'm just not a personal fan really of him as a lyricist. I think he's not a bad rapper. I just think that when we talk about Gangstar, he's just not on the level of Mos Def or Common for whatever reason. I don't know how him and Common came into the same situation, but I'm not dissing him. He can rap better than a lot of other people, but just to me, he's not that tier of an MC for me.
Right.
And I enjoy our spats, so. If you see me and him having a spat, it's just out of fun and games. I enjoy it. To me, it's jokes. I hope it's jokes to him as well. I hope he doesn't take any of that personal. Like, I really dislike him as a human being. I know I did say that one time that I would slap the shit out of him, but that was in a heated debate. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't, but I think as men we can have words and have a conversation. Hopefully, it would never have to get to that point. But yeah, shout out to Talib Kweli. Shout out to Kanye. Going into the Kanye West Drink Champs interview. Did you watch the first one?
Yeah, what's the first one?
Did you see any of the second one?
Oh no, I haven't seen the second one because it dropped today.
All right, so the first one, the reason I didn't put the last episode is because I feel like we didn't talk enough about the drink. Like, we
Right.
talked about it, but we lost it. So I was
Right.
just kind of mad at how, in case I don't want to how it sounded.
Right.
But
Yeah, it didn't drop. I was wondering.
what was your take on the Kanye West?
I ain't gonna lie, Kanye West, like a lot of this shit that he was doing, it looked crazy at first, but when he breaks shit down and shit like that, it's like, yo, you kind of see where his mindset was coming from. As far as like, I think I learned a little bit more about Kanye when ever he was like uncensored. You feel me? Like he was saying whatever, however he
He's
felt.
comfortable with Nori. Nori's
Yeah.
his homie. That's his
You
man.
feel me? Like I said, he was uncensored. You feel me? We learned about why he always want to be up when it comes to fashion. Why he always want to be up on one. We learned about how Benny Siegel, like he giving Benny Siegel 50 million plus 5% of Ye because of the name Ye. We learned about why Soulja Boy didn't make the album. What else would we learn? We learned about why he texted Travis Scott and all them in the group chat. I'm such and such. We learned about the shit with him and Drake and shit like that. We learned about a whole bunch of shit this time. You feel me? Like, anything you need to want to hear about Kanye, it was told. We learned why he didn't want to do a verse with Jay-Z. We learned why he felt like he should have album of the year.
Absolutely. I think all of it was necessary. What I will also say is that it just showed that his mind operates at a different speed. It's different. In order to be that level of genius, you have to be a certain level of abnormal. I would say it's not the normality that we're used to, and when you're privy to that much information, I'm not saying everything Kanye says and does is right, but you do it drives you to a certain space where it's just the way your mind operates and the way you see the world is much different. The more you know, the kind life either becomes scarier or you choose to rebel against the system with the more information that you discover. And Kanye is bucking the system in a way that he think is best, and I like to see it. I like to just see the free thinking, the different conversations being held in these situations, even though they may not agree with how he does what he does fully. So that's what my takeaway from that. I want you to see part 2 because part 2 got crazier.
Right.
But he was definitely talking about life being a simulation and stuff like that. And to go back to the Travis stuff too, because this kind of goes hand in hand. Kanye was talking about life and it being a simulation and things like that, and people being caught in the matrix. Right?
Mhm.
People are calling Travis Scott a Satanist. You think Travis Scott is a Satanist, but you have a man and Mark Zuckerberg, who I don't have any issues with how he runs his business. He's trying to create a universe called Meta Universe and play God. If that don't bother you, or that don't get your antennas up, I don't know what to tell you, because the Meta Universe will have you not leave your home.
That's some weird shit.
You don't gotta leave your home. You're in a universe that you're paying for to be somebody else in a
Computer,
simulation controlled by another human being who basically is ultimately God. Have we not seen enough movies of these virtual realities?
Yeah.
Of what happens when you give somebody else autonomous power over let alone a country, but a whole world? Come on, man. The real villains out here is these people that everybody want to be like.
And it goes back to like black people hating their own kind. You feel me? Why is it that y'all saying Travis Scott is like he sold his soul Illuminati, but y'all want to see somebody like Mark Zuckerberg? Because it's like they hate to see like a black kid. It's like it's crazy that they see a black person make it, bro.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. They hate.
Cause I always used to hear Jay-Z's Illuminati, and as I got older and shit, when I was younger, I started reading the thing. You feel me? But as I got older and shit, he might be. I might not take. I'm not gonna take away from him. But as I got older, it's like why we always talk about black people? Always like why can't he just be rich? Why can't he just work his way? Why can't Mark Zuckerberg be? But people don't really got no reasons. They be like,
man, listen. Rappers are on the. Again, I'm gonna read this quote. Shout out to my nigga Fresh, man. I'm about to read this quote by Fresh because Fresh said it best, and a lot of what I be thinking, he be saying in a way so profound. All right.
mm-hmm.
said, a Caucasian man announced that he is making a new universe, literally trying to play God. All we did was make fun of the new name. The same MF that owns this app, but yet Travis Scott is the Antichrist. Travis is Travis just a rapper. He ain't even that important. Rappers in general are wait. Rappers in general, I said are. I meant to say ain't. Rappers in general ain't that important. Elon, Jack, Jeff, Bill, and Mark, and them niggas are the real evil. And I'll leave it at that. I ain't saying nothing else about that. On a lighter note, shout out to Talib Kweli for embracing my troll. I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
Right.
I enjoy that. And I think the real conversation we had was so dope before. Like I don't know if we could like recapture that
Because
again.
we already got our expression, we both got our point of views from.
Yeah, like it was dope before. So I don't really want to. I'll let you get into part 2 and we can recap that.
Right.
Wu-Tang concert will be in Rochester next week.
Damn,
If
I'm
you're
about to
not
miss
there.
that. Yeah.
I'm actually going to miss the ESTG one because I'm gonna be in North Carolina for holidays. Excuse me. Cryptocurrency. Shout out to Ghazi, Empire, my nigga Waleed, Coyote. Shout out to Waleed. Money Man, let's say Waleed. Money Man and Ghazi and Empire. If you're not familiar with Money Man, artist from Atlanta, he's been on this kind of wave, talking crypto and stuff like that, and investing and getting money. But basically, they were the first label to give an artist an advance with strictly crypto. What's your take on that? How do you see that impact in the future?
Again,
And I wonder, like, how does that get taxed? Does it get how? Because crypto is not a direct currency of any country. So I wonder how that works out.
yeah, I'm not sure, but hey, if you an artist and you can make money without the label and it's like you're getting everything, I have no problem with that. Cause pretty soon, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that, but if it benefits the artist and he's winning, I'm not mad at that. Cause I really don't understand that all the way, so I'm still learning about it. So I can't really speak on that, like how if it's a positive effect or if it's a negative effect. But hey, if Money Man was happy with the decision he made, who could hate?
I'll fuck with it. I wish I could have somebody that really know crypto in here.
Yeah, I don't really know crypto. That's
But I don't really have anybody at the moment I could think of to call. I think that's a different ball game. I think that
and I don't understand how it works with streaming wise. I don't like that shit's still like, but it sounds good though.
it's not with streaming, but it's just an advance. The artist advance.
No, I'm talking about events. I'm talking about even after the album, like when they sell records and shit. You feel like
I don't know how that's gonna go after that, but I fuck with it. I think it's a dope situation. I think that going into crypto, I wonder if I think it's because the government can't regulate it, so it's a loophole. But I don't know how long it's gonna last without government regulation.
yeah, the government not gonna let them get away with that.
Yeah, I think it's overall this is a dope situation. I'm not whooping Best in 2K today because I don't know why his controller's not coming on.
Nah, he not with me because he's scared. He broke the controller before I got here.
Nah, I didn't. I really don't know why it's not. If you want to try to plug it in on one of them joints, you can get whooped right quick. We can play Blacktop. But I don't know why it hasn't happened. We had a real great conversation beforehand about Rochester's music, so
And that's crazy. We was for the top. That was just off. That was off air
that
convo.
was off air conversation. But
That turned into
we gonna make that a thing. Actually, I'm about to call my nigga Snackz right now to see if he got any information on his crypto stuff. Cause I'm not really I'm a smart guy. I'm not a stupid individual. I won't say stupid. I'm not a person that doesn't have information or well knowledgeable. But certain
we'd
things,
rather learn before we speak on something, so we don't give out bad information.
Not even that. I'm just a person comfortable with saying I don't know.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like you gotta learn. Everything's about learning.
Sometimes you don't know shit. I don't know if Snack's gonna answer right now. I don't know if this is a good time. I'm gonna try to get my nigga Snackz on the phone though. Hold on. Is your on?
Yeah.
No.
Yo, Snackz. Oh shit, my phone. You still there, bro?
Yeah,
All right, Snackz is there. Happy birthday, my nigga. We live. It's the best swoop show, you know. Had to call you, tell you happy birthday.
appreciate that.
Snackz. I don't know if you were into crypto like that. I'm trying to figure some stuff out right now. We was talking about them, you know, because we was talking about Empire the other day on Clubhouse, chopping it up. I'm trying to figure out how does crypto work? How is it taxed and stuff like that? Is it government? It's not government regulated, of course. So if an artist is getting an advance via cryptocurrency now, how does that change the game from your perspective of what you know about cryptocurrency?
Let's see. First and foremost, I appreciate the birthday shout out. Yeah,
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure.
are
Happy
we live
birthday,
right?
bro.
Appreciate that, my fellow Scorpio brother. You know
You
what I
already
mean?
know that.
I say, it depends. It could be. It could. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like if a nigga give you $1 million in stocks though. You know what I'm saying? It could fluctuate. It could go up or down.
Mm.
You know, you know what I mean? Like one, like let's put it like this, right? It could be dope because we seeing what cryptocurrency is hitting for,
I
but
think he got a
if
million in Bitcoin though, so we know Bitcoin is been going up.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can definitely go up. But here's the funny part about it. If you really know about currency and the foreign exchange, like different forms of currency, it's the same thing is like it's the same kind of I'm not gonna say the same thing, but it's the same kind of concept as cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like American dollar goes up, American dollar goes down, Canadian dollar goes up, Jamaican dollar, fucking English pound,
yeah,
Japanese yen.
the
It's
yen and
all
all
this.
that shit.
You know what I'm saying? It's all the same shit. So I think I don't think it's a bad move at all. And if you actually think about it, that money can't be taxed, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I was trying to figure out. If the money could be taxed or not, and I don't think it can, which makes it a great move.
A great move because that money can't be taxed. So I mean, that's beautiful. That's excellent, nigga. You getting $1 million cash, $1 million plus, depending on if the coin goes up or not. Like
Yeah,
I think it's a dope move for real, for real. I think it's fire. I think they should start doing more shit like that.
and
For real.
I mean, so that means right. If I get a million from the labels, because Money Man allegedly, Money Man got a million from what it showed in the video, right?
Uh,
If I get a million, and of course you know you have to pay back for your advance because it's basically a loan. If the crypto jumps up crazy and say that 1 million turns into like three on some shit
uh,
before my project is done, I basically could pay the label back the 1 million, and then when my project come out, basically ain't no recoup. I'm just getting paid.
that's a fact.
So
Now,
that changed the game for
that's a fact, but it also depends on what's the structure of the
oh,
deal.
yeah, the deal. Of course, of course, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like because the niggas ain't stupid. They know that Bitcoin could go up and down. They know how that shit fluctuates. You dig what I'm saying? So if it's on some shit like, okay, boom, granted, you do it like this and um, you do it like this, and now, okay, if the coin raise up this amount, we get in on this, or if it's just straight through, then that's another thing also.
Hmm.
So it depends. It really depends on what the nature of the deal is. I mean,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. So I think that's really it though. But I think it's a dope idea. I think
For
it's
sure.
fire.
For sure. Yeah, I wish you could have been on that conversation we had earlier. We had one for an hour talking about Rochester music and what people was doing and stuff like that. So I think when you hear
Okay.
it, you're gonna be like, man, you should have had me in here in this conversation. We had info on here, and then my homeboy Blizzy on here was crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's glad you didn't call me on that conversation.
I respect it. I can't knock it. I gotta respect it.
I'm
Oh,
glad you did. You know what I mean?
yeah.
No funny shit. Like, because it's one of those things where it's like I don't like arguing against other people's opinions.
I don't
You
think
dig
it
what I'm
was a
saying?
negative thing though. It was just an open
Nah, I'm not.
conversation.
I ain't saying it on. I ain't saying it on no negative type shit. I don't, bro. You know when I have conversations, I base my conversations off of facts.
Yeah.
And facts alone. So we got to look at the facts of everything. That's all I'm saying. When it comes down to anything, we gotta look at the facts. Not necessarily a negative thing, but facts are facts. You can't argue that shit. It's already documented. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I like the nature. Just to give you just the nature of the conversation. People gonna see it. It's gonna be another upload besides the one that we doing right now. The nature of the conversation was about like how does what's next for the next generation of Rochester artists? Because you know you had your generation kind of. Then we have the Deanies, the Chizzies, the Gumbos and them, and then we got now to we have a little Perko. What's going on
Gotcha.
here? And I was saying basically like, cause some people, you know, their buzz is fizzled out. Like they missed their wave, kind of. They didn't capitalize how it should have been done. And we were talking
Right.
about how when Chizzy got out of jail, what does it look like for Chizzy? And I was basically from how I looked at it from a person on the outside. Chizzy was the person that was kind of like out. There was other artists that was big as him here, but outside of the city, Chizzy was kind of like that nigga. If I could say so, like in a way that of a person that's not from here. Chizzy was that
Yeah.
guy.
Now,
So
shout out to Chizzy and free him. Niggas
yeah,
is definitely talking. You know what I'm saying?
so I was
That's a
basically
fact.
saying, that of all people of that generation, you know, that Chizzy generation class, LaFleur, all
Yeah.
those guys, he would be the chief keef of that because he probably was the biggest artist of them outside of the city. Other people had their buzz too outside the city, but Chizzy was like the first one kind of to really be doing that shit. You know, when he was shooting the videos with Fresh, even when he was shooting with Ace Got Bars, it was like they were just booming.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. For sure. And nah, I think okay. So now that I understand the nature of that conversation, but that's a fact. You see what I'm saying? That's a fact. Can't beat that. You can't argue that. That is a known fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, I think to be honest, when it comes on to Rochester music, I think those who put the work in and those who do what they're supposed to do is going to get the outcome that they're looking for. And I think that's the most important thing. That's
Right.
why I don't know when it comes down to Rochester rap and Rochester music, I really kind of don't like to talk about it too much because everybody has their own. Just like I was saying, everybody got their own opinion about it. But the reality of it is, we got to look at the track record here. We got to look at what's really going on. I don't want to go by what you telling me. Because the reality of it is, if niggas is doing what they're supposed to be doing, it's gonna show more than you talking about it.
That's a
You know what
fact.
I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, sit here and be like, oh, this nigga hot because this my man's, but fuck all that, my nigga. Where's your man's at right now? Your man's is sitting on the same fucking block for 5 years and ain't do shit with that. So I don't want to hear about what your man's is doing. But I can talk about this person and that person and that person because when you do a Google search on their name, their track record comes up. And that's what's most important. Not what the fuck you think, but what the fuck it actually is. And that's basically what I was trying to say when you brought the conversation up.
Oh yeah, nah, for sure. In that regard, you know how I feel about that. It's about what the fuck you doing and what the track record is and what you're doing now as well. Not just what the track record was at that specific time.
Yeah, so, yeah. So it's just like how young niggas don't want to hear about the old nigga who had the Benz back in 2006. Nigga, what Benz you got now? You know what I'm saying? It's just the same
That's a
shit with
fact.
us. I don't want to hear about if your man's can rap. What is his track record looking like? Same
That's a
kind of concept.
yeah. That's a fact.
Mhm.
That's a whole fact, and it just created a culture. And basically saying how the culture was created because I know Best was saying Chizzy and Deanie kind of led the way. In a sense, Deanie definitely did play a part, but like when I was
Yeah,
hearing about Rochester's artists in Albany, I hear multiple people coming to me about Chizzy. Not saying Deanie
yeah.
wasn't doing what he was doing in the city, but outside of the city, Chizzy name was the one that was buzzing the most.
Well, I'll say it like this, right? I wouldn't even put Dini and Chizzy in the same category. You know what I mean? Like, respectfully, those are two artists that definitely do what, yeah, I mean, they do what they do and they do that shit well. Um, and just like I say, the track record will always speak more than I could. You said when you was living in Albany, you heard people talking about Chizzy more than you heard people talking about Dini, but that's not a shot at Dini. At them times though, the nigga Dini was really active though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
not to say that they active. I'm not saying that because they both was definitely active. Like, they was definitely out there. Yeah, I mean, and unfortunately, they both had to pay the price for them being active, and that's what come with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't know what it was about Chizzy. Chizzy had a thing with him where it just
It was
stuck
it
me.
was a, it was an aura. It was a thing that people gravitated towards him. Because I've even been at shows at the Armory where Chizzy not even performing, but people just
Yeah,
gravitated towards him.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest. This is what I think should happen when Chizzy comes on. I think whatever artists come from that generation, because I don't know all of them, right? I'm not really too in tune with that. I know Chini, I know Chizzy and Deanie. I know Chizzy because he hollered at me on some programs, I used to see Chizzy out here like when I was home and making my moves and making my swerves and shit. And the
Yeah.
same thing go with Deanie. Been on my block shooting dice. Multiple times I come outside, this nigga Deanie outside shooting. So some regular shit. So like, but the main artists from that generation, if it's no friction, if it ain't no beef, or if it ain't no problem, I think when Chizzy get home, I think all those artists need to put a show together, and it need to be like a real solid welcome home show, and
Yeah,
just show the solid between all the artists. I guarantee you, any kind of money, if them niggas do that shit,
that'll
that
definitely be
It,
fire, but it won't work.
it'll make so much money, and people be wanting to do verses. Those are the people that should do a verses
Oh yeah, it wouldn't work.
locally.
It wouldn't work just because off of associates and shit right now,
Yeah,
though.
but what I am hearing is there's a possibility, a strong possibility when Chizzy comes home, him and Perko will be gonna be making some music together.
well, I think that'd be fire too. I think that'd be dope.
And then
Um,
Deanie got the connection to Class, so they
Yeah,
put
they
them
was
down.
when it was at the Wall Street, it was supposed to be Class Murder, West, and Dini all performing together.
Hmm.
But I guess they couldn't get on stage because
Yeah, so it's going to be
well,
able.
I don't know if there was any politics because I'm not really too. I don't really give a fuck about the politics because that shit don't really mean nothing to me anyways. But I don't know if there was any politics between Chizzy and Deanie. As far as I'm concerned, no, they was cool.
they
You know
is
what I'm saying?
cool.
They was
They
cool.
is cool, but certain shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
but you
Is
know
there other?
how
But
some of
you
the politics play because you do know that at one point
But
Deanie and
I'm
LaFleur
gonna
was running around, and so
oh, okay. That. But I mean, at the end of the day, like that's what I'm saying. Like there need to be conversations held because I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
nah. Actually, matter of fact, there's nothing. There's nothing. I just thought about it. There's nothing.
nah,
It can't be
I
nothing.
No,
never
no,
said they have
cause,
issue. I'm just
cause,
saying the
cause, no, cause
politics of what's going on, of who was associated with who.
nah, they probably gonna work together. Cause I just remember Chizzy little brother. He was just in contact with Deanie. I just seen that shit. Matter of fact, there's nothing.
That's
Yeah. So this
crazy.
is what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell you right now. If they can make that show happen, that would be one of the biggest things to come out of
But
Rochester,
you
and
know it's
that will.
crazy. You know it's crazy. I remember 2017. It was when YoungBoy came to Rochester. Class Murder was performing, and it was just Deanie performing. You know, Deanie told Chizzy could get on stage with him. I think he was there.
I believe.
I think I was there.
Deanie
I
brought
believe.
Chizzy out with him.
I believe it because I'm gonna tell you right now. Well, the only thing like just from my era, Rochester music and how big it could have been. Because to be honest, like the niggas in my era is just now getting a run now.
Yeah,
Like it
Class,
was a
Jovial, them
slide,
guys.
yeah. Like niggas is
You,
just now. Yeah, for sure. But it's like niggas is just now getting a run. Class had to run longer, way longer because Class, had the right people to, push him, and he made all the risks and did the investments to get where he's at now, to where he can have like a real solid proper run. But like for the youngins, like if there's any game that I could give the youngins right now is niggas is way more stronger together than they are apart. And if niggas really want to do music, don't put the music in the street shit together because it's gonna fuck everything up.
you gotta treat it like
Niggas,
how you gotta treat it how Atlanta treated.
that's it. And,
Gucci
and,
and
and I'm gonna
Jeezy
tell you
was beefing, but niggas ain't stopped making songs with both of them niggas because they beefing. Like, hey, nigga, it's about this bag.
facts. That's a fact. So that's like my only advice. Like if I had a few words to talk to Deanie and a few words to talk to Chizzy, I would say, listen. If I was Deanie, I wouldn't even put no music out right now, for real, for real. I'll get in contact with Chizzy. I'll figure out when Chizzy coming home. I think he's supposed to be coming home real soon, if I'm not mistaken.
6 months.
Believe
I heard.
so.
I keep hearing 6 months.
And what I would do is I will orchestrate some shit where they orchestrate a show together, and get Lil West, get Lil Perko, whoever else is popping. Just as long as any politics got to get ironed out before they
All
do the show.
politics gotta be checked at the door by some OGs. That's it.
Fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. All politics got to get checked, and once that's done, have that show, and I guarantee y'all right now, that show happens, that will be one of the biggest fucking shows that come out of the Rochester music scene, and that shit will make so much fucking noise. Niggas like niggas' lives could possibly change after that show. Like that's my, you know what I mean? If you want my honest opinion on it, I think that'll be one of the illest things for the Rochester music scene. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because look at it like this: for my age and for the age before, like they did what they did. They pushed it to the envelope. Just like I told you, we just now getting the start of a run. You know what I mean? So they gotta take it to the next level. And if they take it to that level, that'll be the level that'll open the fucking floodgates for everybody.
And that's what I think is going on. Because, like I said, we said before, Spesh, you know, the UWAPs and all of them, they did what they did. You know, Spesh still doing what he doing, pushing things to another level. Then you go to the Class Murder, your era Juviel, y'all pushed it. Then you get Chizzy, Deanie, Gumbo and them, and they push it. And now you got Lil Perko. And it's like all of y'all could work kind of, not saying that y'all pushing the intel, but Perko's kind of like, without the foundation that all them generations before him, he taking it to that next level because a lot of trial and error didn't happen that he didn't have to go through.
They opened the doors for him. They kept paving the way. Every generation paved the way for the next generation, basically.
That's a fact, whether we know it or not. And it's not to say it on some old nigga, I'm your OG type shit, but no, like, you gotta understand what was going on before you, so you can get where you need to go.
You got an influence. You got to think about it. We always using the same cameraman. Everybody been going to Ace, Fresh. Like, you feel me? You had to find them on somebody by watching somebody video.
That's what I'm saying. Fresh shot for all these niggas. Fresh shot for UWAP. He shot for Clash, Juviel. I know Snackz about to get a fresh shoot soon. Whenever the borders situation becomes what it is. But he shot from everybody all the way up from there, all the way down to Perko. So it's like he know what the fuck going on too. Y'all know what the fuck going on. All them generations is connected through a certain amount of mediums.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Fresh is a key player in the scene, like a very key player, and people have to understand for him because he see this shit way more different than we see it. He look at it from a whole different perspective, and he's been further than a lot of rappers have.
That's the crazy part. A lot of us media outlets and cameramen that been places these rappers ain't been yet.
But this is the thing about that too. I feel like when people call Fresh a cameraman or call me or you a blogger, it's disrespectful. We more than that. We part of the culture.
Yeah, we
push the culture forward. Fresh is not a cameraman. He owns a production company.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, here's the thing. If a nigga call you a blogger or call Fresh a cameraman, no, they right. But just know, there's a lot of power that comes within that. That same quote cameraman is the same cameraman that can put you in front of 50,000 people that you never seen in your life. That same blogger that you're talking about, that same blogger is the same motherfucker that can write up an editorial about your ass and have the people either love you or fucking hate you. So I would say, instead of taking power away from the word, there's a lot more power in the word, but people got to understand where the power comes from and what that shit really means. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, for sure, it's definitely not the word itself is not an issue. It's the negative connotation people try to put on them that's the issue.
Yeah, for sure. I get it.
But Snackz, I appreciate you for tapping in, bro. Enjoy your birthday, my nigga. I know you've been on a strict diet, but you say you about to actually eat good this weekend. So
listen, my grandmother just cut me some oxtail, my nigga. I'm diet schmied. I cut that shit out for today. Like, you know what I mean? We're gonna get right back to it. You know what I mean? But I'm definitely I'm gonna eat all the food that I couldn't eat, and you know what I mean? Like, for sure. Hell yeah. I can't wait to fuck this oxtail up. Nigga, this shit about to be crazy.
As you should.
Word. But yeah, and I appreciate y'all reaching out to me to get my response on, on the situation at hand. That's appreciated. You know what I mean? What's up?
You already?
Yeah.
Well, shit, that's everything we got for this week, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, y'all got to tune in, man. These episodes.
Yo, Benny just signed with Def Jam, and he's the #1 artist.
Def Jam, what kind of deal?
He just made a status right now on Facebook.
You want to read it?
Give me 1 second.
Is it like an artist deal or is it like a distribution deal?
I'm not sure.
All this time y'all was talking about the BDs, man,
Uh.
and the GDs got the two biggest artists in the world,
Who?
Kanye West and Bruno Mars. It's
Oh. Alright, this is what he just said. Before I put this on the ground, I want to tell y'all first, a Buffalo nigga, the new face of the legendary Def Jam Records. Sign my major deal. Finally, this is for DJ Shay, Griselda, BSF. This is big. Huge Buffalo. We did it again. You don't say what type of deal it says, but it said he the number one artist for Def Jam.
What is that? DJ Shay, Griselda, and BSF. To BSF, this is big. So I think he just, I believe from what I'm hearing, if that's right, he just signed his independent because BSF they were E1, so
Yeah.
I think this is his deal, his first actual record contract, and he already done charted. I think he charted in the top 20 with his last project and stuff like this. So congratulations to Benny the Butcher, man.
Congratulations, Benny. Upstate winning.
Upstate is winning, bro, and the face of the notorious Def Jam label for hip hop is now Benny the Butcher. Does he even got? Oh, he's sweet. Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher. No, what's the latest? What's the latest? Oh, he ain't put it nowhere else yet. It's not on Twitter yet.
It's just on Facebook and Instagram. He posted on Facebook first.
I'm following him. Congrats to Benny for signing. Oh, I'm about to tweet it right now anyway. At Def Jam. It's crazy. We out of here, man. It's the best Swoops show ever, man. You know, Grind Season TV linked up with Best Point of View TV. This is what we do. And major news coming soon when things get finalized. But Grind Season TV will be on the move, having its own official studio, which will be also up to rent as well for other podcasters. We will give you information on that location at a later date. Tap in with us for business. Shout out to Authentic Music Group as well. That's who we are partnering with. And yeah, man, you know, Best Point of View TV is gonna be down where we at, so they're gonna be linking up with us. Rochester, I love y'all. I know 2022 is starting up new. I will no longer be here. I'm gonna be in North Carolina as my new home base. Appreciate it, but I will be coming back and forth and tapping in what's going on up here. But yeah, man, 2022, we moving on to bigger and better things. It's been a 5-year run, well, 4-year run here. This is going into year 5 of doing this, and we trying to just move on, take this shit over not little by little, as much as we can at a time. So we expanding. If that means if Grind Season TV is expanding, that means the Best Swoop Show is expanding, which means Best Point of View TV is expanding, and it's all about working together, like Snackz says. So we appreciate y'all for y'all endless support and this. Like, comment, subscribe, email us, add us, ask us questions. And I'm going to stop trying to engage with y'all on social media as much because we're going to save it for the show. Peace.